About 5 years ago, I was on my way from Seattle to Rochester. When I got on the flight attendant apologized, saying that they weren't serving peanuts because they had a passenger who had an allergy, and asked us to please not consume any peanuts on board, which is totally fine with me. But I'm thinking that peanuts are not very volatile, right? If people ate peanuts and didn't spread them everywhere, I don't think it would be that big a problem. Not that I would insist on eating it, but it just goes to show that because some people would choose to dust off their hands everywhere after eating. Right? How many times have you seen somebody finish eating something really dusty and then they dust their hands everywhere, right? I personally don't like it, especially on a vehicle like an airplane. Getting salt or any kind of salt on metal surfaces is not very good for the material. I spent a lot of time in my car at one point, so I know better than to dust off of anything salty all over the place, and that's probably even more important in an aircraft. So anyways, we weren't allowed to eat peanuts for the flight, which is fine with me. But when we first heard about COVID-19 back in the spring, I thought, well, good luck getting anybody to practice good hygiene. I mean, last time I checked, I've never got on a plane where they announced, could you please avoid getting your food everywhere, right? Practice kind of distancing with your food items, right? I've never heard that. I actually tried to request that one time, and the flight attendant gave me a very dirty look. I ended up having to tell the people next to me, which is fine with me because I don't mind spreading the knowledge like that. But even then, I've had too many times where I've gotten onto a plane. I react badly to milk product. I have eczema. And I'll tell the people next to me to keep their food to their area. I'll never tell anybody not to eat something. That's ridiculous. But sometimes people get very defensive about that. Right? They think it's their right to spread their food everywhere. And I can't tell you how many times I've had to change seats over that. And so when I heard that we needed to cough into our elbow or stay 6 feet apart from one another, I was thinking good luck with that. It's hard enough to get people to understand why we need to do these things. And people just aren't. Here in the United States, we don't like any sort of learning curve, right? It's so much easier to tell people not to consume the peanuts on board. It's a lot harder to try to educate people on how to safely do it. And it's a lot harder to educate people on different ways to do things, right? Like for example, giving people some personal space when you line up at the store, or putting on a mask, or anything really, right? I just wish we would be more open to learning new things, right? I can't tell you how many times, people are very narrow-minded in what they do, right? Oh, my favorite example is people. A lot of my friends who are from Europe or Asia, they tell me how hardworking Americans are. We work very hard, but not very smart. I can't tell you how many times I've gone to a business or a store, and I'll ask about something. Oh, that's not my job, right? People they specialize in their job, and they're workaholics in that area, but they have no life skills anywhere else. Just try going to a grocery store that offers like Wi-Fi, and their Wi-Fi is down, and try to get anybody to fix it. Good luck with that in the United States. In Europe, people, they might work shorter hours, but they actually learn all the other things a little bit outside of their work, right? And I think that same principle is playing a part in why the United States is one of the last countries to fully reopen, right? All the other countries are laughing at us. They're closing their borders to us. I can't even go to the Computer Olympiad this year. And I just wish we would learn a little bit more every day.